Don't you just love crafting with Dollar Tree scarves? Hey Bestie, this is Lisa. Welcome or welcome back. If you want to craft your best life with me, then let's get started right now. 2-in-1. I'm going to use that fabric from the Dollar Tree and the bandanas from the Dollar Tree and this star from the Dollar Tree, which was kind of new. I'm going to use my cutting mat and my rotary cutter, and I'm going to cut 2-inch wide strips, and then I'm going to take those strips and I'm going to cut them down to 6 inches. I'm going to take those pieces, I'm going to fold them in half, and I'm going to slide them underneath the edge of the wire on the wreath and push the two ends that are cut through and pull it, and that's a lark's head knot. And so I'm doing it slow here so you can see, and then I'm just pulling it tight. Now I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to push the little hoop end underneath the wire, push the cut ends through the middle and pull it through. And that's basically what I'm going to do for all of the little fabric pieces that I cut. So you see, I just did the upper left portion of the star with the blue, which is kind of like on a flag, that would be the stars. And then I used my other two fabrics and I did the rest of it. Now I ran out of the gingham, but I had this ribbon that matched, so I used that to fill in. I'm taking my bow maker and I'm going to use this gorgeous ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby on huge clearance a long time ago. And I'm going to make a 5-inch tail, and then I'm going to start wrapping my loops. Now one side of this does not have a pattern, so I'm going to twist in the middle every time. And I'm going to make 3 loops on each side by just going around, twisting in the middle, going around, and then at the very end I will pull another 5-inch tail out on the other side where I didn't already put a tail, and then I will cut that, right at the 5-inch point. With the bow maker, bows are so easy to make. Without them, I'm pretty much lost. I got mine on Amazon for like $10, I want to say. So worth it. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure I have it in my Amazon store if you're looking for one as well. So now I'm just finishing up my last loop. Actually, that's the tail, cutting the 5 inches. And now I'm going to stick a piece of jute twine. Now you can use chenille stems, pipe cleaners, whatever you want to call them, or twist ties. A lot of people like, or zip ties, a lot of people like to do that. But I just use jute because I have it really handy and it's so inexpensive. And I just tied it really tight, snip the ends. And now I'm going to take the 2 ends, the 2 tails, and I'm going to fold them on top of each other in half. And then I'm going to cut towards the bow at an angle and make a little dovetail, or some people call them tuxedo tails. Either way is fine. I'm going to fluff my bow, and then I'm going to make another bow, but I'm going to move my little pegs into the number 4, so there'll be 4-inch loops and 4-inch tails, and did the same thing. Now I'm going to tie them both together, the smaller bow on top of the larger one, and use my jute again, tie that really tight. It's so cute. I love it. And then I'm going to take a little piece of that blue bandana, and I'm just going to cut a piece that will fit around the center and hot glue that, and that gives my little bow a nice center. And again, more fluffing. There's no such thing as too much fluffing. You can fluff your bow forever. I just put the jute through the wire in the back, and there I am fluffing again. Here's the second DIY within the first DIY. I'm taking this cute little birdhouse I got at a thrift store. I'm using the Amy Howard at home one-step paint. Love the way it looks. And then I'm going to take my steel from Waverly, and I'm just super lightly going to dry brush around the edges and then on the sides and stuff. And basically I just put a drop on my brush, wiped it off on that little towel, and then dragged it across the little birdhouse. Now I've got a red marker, and I'm just going to write the word USA. And then I'm going to take a blue marker, and these are jot markers from the Dollar Tree, and put some little stars on it. And then I'm going to put a coat of polyurethane over the whole thing. I'm going to take another cute little red, white, and blue bow. I think that one's from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to tie a knot, and then just cut the ends at an angle and tack down the ends with some hot glue. I'm going to take that wiry looking thing, I'm going to stick it through the wreath, and then put some jute through it and attach it so it sits very firmly on the back of the wreath. And these will work as hangers. I'm loving this. I hope you guys like it. It's so cute. My husband already wants it. Oh, well, it's so much fun to make. DIY. I've got this beautiful scarf. I used it in another one. Super summery, 4th of July. And then I've got this round glass trivet. I just cut out the scarf that was a little bigger. And I'm going to use my matte Mod Podge really heavy on this glass trivet, and I'm going to start laying down the fabric. So I'm just going to keep, doing it in sections and lay down a lot. It takes a while for this to dry, so I went on and did something else while it was drying. But I'm going to get that piece on there pretty well, and I'm going to rub it down with my hands, and then just wipe off my fingers with a baby wipe. I wanted to get rid of bubbles. Now, I did end up getting a few bubbles after the first try, because I'm going to put that Mod Podge over the top as well to saturate it. So when the first time it dried, I did poke some holes with a needle just to kind of lay it back down flat, and that worked really well. I'm not sure what I could have done to prevent the bubbling. I think it had to do with using fabric on the glass. So just something to be mindful of. You might want to check it periodically. I did wait and then come back, so maybe I could have caught them sooner. So I used my heat tool from Amazon to dry it just a little bit so I could walk away from it. And then I decided that it needed some more. So first I'm going to trim the edges because I want to make sure now that I have the right size. So I had to do that a couple times because I trimmed it off and then I smoothed it. And then there was still a little bit hanging over, and then I cut that off as well. So just keep an eye on it. It's so easy, you guys. This one is such an easy thing. You just have to kind of watch it because you're attaching like fabric to glass, which is just a weird combination, but it just comes out really, really cute. And I definitely couldn't have painted that pattern on there. That much I know for sure. Once that dried, I did decide to come back and use a glossy Mod Podge for the finishing coat because I did want it to be as glossy as possible. A very generous coat, and this time it wasn't moving around, so that helped. So I really love how it turned out. Easy little DIY. I've got this gorgeous kind of batik pattern, I guess, scarf from the Dollar Tree. And then I've got a purse that was gifted to me by my stepdaughter. Beautiful Coach purse, which I would never buy for myself, but I do love it. So anyway, I thought it's like a navy blue. You can hardly tell it looks black on this picture, but it's really navy blue. So for summer, I thought if I took this scarf and I would go straighten it all out, long ways, and then I would go to the very center of it. And I take that center part of it. So right now I'm just figuring out where the center is. And once I've got the center, then I'm going to start up at the top of one of the handles. So I'm going to bring it up to the center of the handle, and I'm going to start wrapping the scarf all the way around on one side down to where it meets the purse. Once I have that side done, it'll just sit there now, and I'll go back to the middle, and I will wrap around to the other side. You just want to hold it taut while you're doing this so that it doesn't get too loose. The idea here is you're making like a decorative handle, and I wish this scarf was just a teeny bit longer because it would have made a cuter bow, but you got to work with what you have. So that's just a note to self. Maybe if I could have attached two of these scarves to each other, I would have really ended up with something cute. But I love it. I do love how this, dressed up this otherwise just basic color purse. So I'm going to now tie. It was longer on one side, so I decided to pull the bow over to the side and just make a simple shoelace bow. And then I'll fluff it like crazy because it did come out rather small, but it also won't get in the way, which is nice. And when I set the purse down, it won't hit the ground, the bow won't, so that's nice. So I'm just going to fluff it a little bit in several times because, it takes a little bit, and twist it around to get it to lay just the way I want. But think about this. You could do this literally for any time of year, different colors to match your outfit if you were into doing matching things with your bag. I don't have a lot of purses. I'm just not someone who's into that. So this would be a nice way for me to make a purse kind of match with something. So I thought I would share it because I thought it was a really cute idea. Let me know what you think. And honestly, it could not be easier. This is going to be a little more patriotic 4th of July, if you will. I've got this cute star scarf and another really fun kind of whimsical, like watermelon ice cream, all that kind of 4th of July stuff. I've got two of the hoops from on Amazon, but Dollar Tree does have bamboo hoops, so you could do it with bamboo hoops too that they sell. But mine happen to have the double with the little screw at the top. I'm just going to lay out the scarf on top of the middle one, take the bigger one and lay it right over the top. I'm going to pull it taut, and then I'll screw the top tighter, and then I'm just going to cut around it. The first cut's just going to be kind of like just to get rid of the rest of the scarf and get it out of my way. And then I'll go in for a little bit of a closer cut. Then I'm going to take my Beacon fabric tack glue, and I'm just going to, on the back side of this, put the glue on the inside of the wood hoop, and then I'm going to just roll it over with my finger all the way around, and it sticks perfectly because you know scarves are so thin, and Beacon fabric tack glue works amazing. I usually get mine on Amazon, and you know all of my favorite Amazon supplies are in my Amazon store, which is always down in the description box below if you need anything. Now for the second one, I'm going to use that other fabric again, lay it over that middle hoop, and then take the larger hoop and push it right over the top and tighten it. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Trim it down, pull it taut, and then I will trim it again because I needed some to be able to pull it taut. That's why I don't trim it all the way down the first time around, because you're thinking, why are you cutting it twice? Well, it just makes it easier to work with. See how little it's sticking through? So now I'm going to glue that, and that's the end of that one. Once that's done, I'm going to take some of that nautical twine that I had, and I'm just going to tie it to the top of one of the hoops where the screw is on the back side and make a knot, and then I'll pull the twine as long as I want the hanger to be and tie it to the other one. And when I hang these, it's going to be one hanging higher than the other one. You can hang them separately. You could even attach them together. I just decided to make it kind of like a uneven hanging thing. I thought that would look kind of cute. And you can hang these on the wall. You could hang these over a wreath, like a green wreath, something like that, just for fun. So see how I'm tying it there. Now I'm going to tie the second one. And I did pull out the twine so I could kind of see how long I wanted it to be. So I will trim off the little edges once I've got the knots secure. I decided to make a little loop on the top. That way it would be very defined. I'm laying them exactly how I want them to fall. And then I'm going to make a little slip knot right here at the top. And now it's got a perfect loop for hanging. So you'll have to let me know what you think of this one. I think it's fun. This is a bonus DIY. So I've got this hat from the Dollar Tree, and they come with these scarves kind of like glued on them. So I'm just going to pull it off. I didn't get to actually film it. I just took pictures. So I pulled it off. It came off pretty easy. I didn't have to use any tools or anything. It just kind of ripped off, and it did not destroy the hat at all. So now we have this basic white straw hat, and I've got a piece of the star scarf that I already used, and I'm going to pull the rest of it and make it a nice rectangle and put it over the top where your head goes. Then I'm going to wrap it around and bring the two pieces forward so it's like the center of that scarf is on the hat. Then I'm just going to tie, not a double knot, but a single knot across, and literally I'm going to turn it into a bow now, just a basic bow. I'm going to fluff it, and it is the cutest hat. So you could change your hat anytime you want. Isn't this pretty? I thought it was so cute, and it just took less than a minute. So will you try this? Ready for more inspiration? Here's another video I think you'll really like. If you click on it, I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye!